Hello everyone, my name is Debbie Bibo and I'm a picture book agent. This is story time where I read picture books by authors and illustrators we represent. So today we have another book by Davide Cali. I don't know if any of you remember the other book we read by Davide. Right, yes, it was Good Morning Neighbor. So this book is called George and His Shadow and it's illustrated by Serge Bloch and published by Harper. Okay, are you ready to begin? George and His Shadow. Look, I'm wearing green, color coordinating. It seemed like an ordinary day, a day just like any other. But when George woke up, and went into the kitchen, there was somebody there. "Who are you?" asked George. "I'm your shadow," answered the shadow. "What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be on the floor?" "I was hungry." He looks like a nice shadow, doesn't he? After breakfast, George went out for a walk, and the shadow followed him. "Perhaps you should go back to being stuck on the ground," suggested George. "I feel like seeing a city." Look how happy the shadow looks. The shadow followed him everywhere that day. Looks like they're at Coney Island in New York. Can you guys see who got the fish? Who got the bigger fish, or who got the fish? Who caught the fish? That's right, George's shadow. George began to feel more and more annoyed. "You know," George said, "I think it's time for you to go back to being a shadow." The shadow didn't even answer. So George thought about how he could make his shadow disappear. Can you guys think of ways of how you can make a shadow disappear? Well, let's see. Let's see what George does. He tried cutting him into tiny pieces, but that didn't work. He tried to wash him away, but that didn't work either. Vacuum cleaner? Garlic? Go, Scooter, go. Scooter? Can you guys see where Scooter is? In the shadow's arms. If Scooter didn't mind, maybe the shadow wasn't too bad. Anyway, the shadow kind of kept him company. And there are many things that you can do together that you can't do alone. Can you guys think of something you can do together that you can't do alone? Perhaps ride a tandem bicycle? Play baseball? Or hide go seek? Hide and go seek, look where the shadow is. Play cops and robbers, perhaps? I love how George's shadow is the cop. Have an ice cream eating contest? Make a bigger splash. "I think I'm going to take a nap," said the shadow after hours of playing, and he disappeared. Suddenly, George felt lonely. Look at the shadow taking a nap, back on the ground. Then came another day. It seemed like an ordinary day, a day just like any other. But when George woke up and went to the bathroom, "And who are you?" asked George. I'm your reflection. And look, Scooter has his reflection too. Arf, arf. And off they went. George and his reflection and Scooter and his reflection. Off to the city. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. Look at the sun. The sun is coming in and I have shadows all over. Before we go, I wanted to read a little poem that I found by Robert Louis Stevenson about a shadow. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. That's Robert Louis Stevenson. And I found another one about shadows. I don't need a friend who changes when I change and who nods when I nod. My shadow does that much better. And that was by Plutarch. Do you guys understand what that means? I don't need a friend who changes when I change and who nods when I nod. My shadow does that much better. In other words, a good friend is somebody who doesn't always agree with you, who doesn't always say what you want them to say. They might tell you things that you don't like to hear, like the truth. And that's what Plutarch thought makes a good friend. Okay, everyone, I hope you like that reading. Before we go, I'm getting my magic magnifying glass with all this sun and shadow to see if I can see if anyone's out there. And yes, I do. I see. Oh, hey there, Henry. Hi, Henry. I see Henry, Donna, Mark there is kind of in the background. Who else do I see? Oh, I see Jill, Antonella, Renato, Miyazawa-san, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.